For adults over 60, some of the fish you've been eating may quietly damage your brain, your heart, even your memory. Type "I'm here" if you care about your health or someone you love. Just 2 words. Number 1. Swordfish. Your hands start to tremble, you forget why you walked into the room, you think it's just aging, but it could be something on your dinner plate. Let's take a closer look. Swordfish is a favorite at upscale dinners, cruise buffets, or steak-style seafood restaurants. It looks clean, lean, and healthy, but for adults over 60, swordfish is one of the most dangerous fish you can eat. This fish contains very high levels of mercury, a heavy metal that older bodies struggle to eliminate. Over time, mercury builds up quietly, especially in your brain and nervous system. And the symptoms? Shaky hands, brain fog, memory slips, dizziness. Many older adults assume it's just part of getting older, but the truth is, it might be mercury damage from food like swordfish. The United States Food and Drug Administration strongly advises older adults to avoid swordfish completely. Why? Because if you already live with high blood pressure, kidney problems, or any early signs of memory decline, mercury exposure can make things worse. It interferes with how your brain communicates, stresses your heart, and pushes your kidneys into overdrive. Cooking it well doesn't help. Mercury can't be grilled or baked away. It stays in the meat no matter how it's prepared. If you've noticed symptoms like unusual fatigue, hand tremors, or forgetfulness, it's worth talking to a neurologist or geriatric specialist. These could be early signs of mercury nerve stress. And here's one of the most important senior health tips. Skip swordfish entirely. Choose low-mercury fish instead. Your brain and body will thank you. If you thought grilled swordfish was risky, just wait. Bigeye tuna brings a whole new kind of danger, especially when it's raw. Number 2. Bigeye tuna, ahi tuna. For older adults, eating raw or rare tuna is like rolling the dice with your brain, your sleep, and your immune system. Let's talk about Bigeye tuna, often labeled as ahi tuna at restaurants or in poke bowls. It looks fresh, clean, and light, and many older adults believe it's a healthy option. But behind that deep red slice of raw fish is a dangerous mix of mercury and bacteria that can quietly chip away at your health. Here's what's happening. Bigeye tuna is a long-living predator fish, which means it collects more mercury over time. Mercury can affect your nerves, sleep cycle, and memory, especially in older adults whose bodies can't flush it out effectively. But there's more. Bigeye tuna is also commonly served raw or barely seared. That opens the door to bacteria and germs your immune system may no longer handle well after 60. And what does that mean for you? If you already struggle with high blood pressure, chronic kidney strain, or insomnia, this fish doesn't just add stress, it magnifies the damage. You might notice restless nights, tingling in your fingers, frequent indigestion, or even subtle memory slips. These are signs your body is trying to manage what it shouldn't be facing at all. According to recommendations from the United States Food and Drug Administration, Bigeye tuna ranks high on the list of fish to avoid, especially for older adults. Cooking doesn't solve the problem either. Raw or rare tuna keeps both the mercury and harmful bacteria intact. If these symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk to a digestive specialist or a senior scientific physician. They can help evaluate how food might be affecting your sleep, nerves, or gut health. Here's one of those senior health tips worth remembering. Instead of raw tuna, choose canned light tuna or skipjack. Lower in mercury, easier to digest, and safer all around. Do you still eat tuna raw or rare? Comment too if you've had ahi tuna recently, or never again if this changed your mind. Number 3. Imported catfish. That crispy catfish on your dinner plate might feel comforting, but for adults over 60 it could quietly damage your gut, your immunity, and your energy. Let's break this down. Imported catfish, especially types like basa or swai from parts of Asia, are often raised in overcrowded, poorly regulated fish farms. These environments use banned antibiotics, chemical-laced feed, and unsanitary water just to keep the fish alive. And all of that ends up in your body when you eat it. Now, here's the real concern for older adults. If you're already dealing with weak digestion, high blood pressure, or a compromised immune system, imported catfish doesn't just pass through, it pushes your body to the edge. Many people over 60 report fatigue after meals, upset stomach, or even recurring infections after eating this type of fish regularly. And because it's so cheap and easy to find, many seniors eat it every week, especially in fried form, at home, or in diners. It feels familiar, it feels safe, but the chemicals hidden inside it, they're not. If you've been feeling bloated, sluggish, or getting sick more often, it's worth checking in with a gastroenterologist or a general practitioner who focuses on older patients. Your gut might be reacting to more than just aging. It could be reacting to what's on your plate. Here's one of the senior health tips that can make a real difference. Stick to US farmed catfish. American standards require cleaner water, higher quality feed, and safer farming practices. And always make sure it's fully cooked, especially if your digestion is already sensitive. Worried about imported catfish? You're not alone, but even the salmon you trust may be hiding something worse if it's farmed. Number 4. Farmed salmon. You thought it was the safest fish on the shelf, but for older adults, farmed salmon might quietly be making your joints ache, your stomach bloat, and your heart work harder. Here's what you need to know. Not all salmon is the same. Farmed salmon, the kind often labeled Atlantic salmon in stores, is raised in overcrowded pens, fed with artificial pellets, and sometimes treated with antibiotics and color-boosting chemicals to give it that bright pink look. Underneath, it's often gray, fatty, and filled with residues your body doesn't need, especially if you're over 60. Why does this matter? Because older adults already face increased inflammation, slower digestion, and a higher risk of heart issues. Farmed salmon adds fuel to the fire. The unhealthy fats, chemical residues, and low-grade feed can worsen joint pain, raise blood pressure, and irritate your gut lining. You might feel it as bloating after dinner. You might notice your knees ache more, or that your sleep isn't as restful even though you're eating healthy. Studies referenced by the United States Food and Drug Administration and other food safety agencies have raised concerns about contaminants in farmed salmon, especially for people with pre-existing heart disease, arthritis, or digestive conditions. If you've noticed more stiffness, sluggish digestion, or unusual fatigue after meals, don't ignore it. A quick visit to a senior seamless internal medicine doctor or a registered dietitian could help pinpoint whether your fish is helping or hurting you. This is one of those senior health tips that's simple but powerful. Switch to wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's leaner, cleaner, and packed with natural omega-3s without the hidden baggage of fish farming. It might cost a little more, but farmed or wild, what kind of salmon do you usually buy? Type 4 if this made you rethink your grocery list. Number 5. Tilefish from the Gulf of Mexico. It's white, flaky, and dangerously misleading. For seniors, tilefish may have more mercury than any fish on the market. Here's the problem. Tilefish is often served in restaurants under vague labels like Catch of the Day or Grilled White Fish. It sounds harmless, even healthy. But if it comes from the Gulf of Mexico, it could quietly be one of the worst things you put in your body, especially if you're over 60. Tilefish holds some of the highest mercury levels of any fish sold in the US. According to the United States Food and Drug Administration, it tops the list of seafood older adults should avoid. Why? Because mercury targets your nervous system. And as you age, your body loses the ability to process and remove it efficiently. If you already have high blood pressure, kidney problems, or early signs of memory decline, eating tilefish can make those issues worse. You may not feel it right away, but over time mercury builds up, and begins to affect your balance, coordination, and short-term memory. You might find yourself feeling dizzy more often, forgetting small details, or waking up with strange fatigue and blaming age when it could be dinner. If any of that sounds familiar, it's worth talking to a neurologist or a senior Sleaford internist. They can help you determine whether food choices, like Tilefish, are silently making things harder for your body. And here's one of the most overlooked senior health tips: always ask what kind of fish you're eating, especially when it's listed as white fish. Safer choices like cod, haddock, or flounder are much lower in mercury and easier on the body. What's on your plate matters more than ever now. And sometimes, the danger is hiding in the details you didn't ask about. Number 6. Canned tuna, non-light, in oil or brine. It's in your pantry, it's cheap, and it might be quietly spiking your blood pressure or harming your memory. Let's be honest, canned tuna feels like one of the easiest meals. Open the can, mix it with mayo or crackers, and lunch is ready. But if you're over 60 and you're reaching for regular tuna packed in oil or brine, there's something you need to know. Not all canned tuna is the same. The kind labeled white or albacore tuna may contain nearly 3 times the mercury of canned light tuna, like skipjack. And when it's packed in oil or brine, you're also getting high amounts of sodium, which can silently raise your blood pressure after every bite. This matters because seniors often deal with multiple health concerns at once: high blood pressure, early cognitive decline, and kidney stress. And those small cans, they add up. High mercury builds up in your brain over time, affecting your memory and focus. Excess sodium stresses your heart and kidneys, especially if you're already on medication for hypertension. You might notice subtle changes: headaches after eating, restless sleep, your heart pounding harder than usual. They seem small, but for older adults, they're red flags. If you're noticing these signs, it's worth speaking with your doctor, especially if they specialize in internal medicine or cardiovascular care for seniors. Here's one of the most practical senior health tips you'll hear: stick to canned light tuna packed in water and limit portions to no more than twice a week. It's a simple switch that can protect your heart, your brain, and your peace of mind, without giving up the convenience you love. Tilefish taught us to question restaurant fish. Now it's time to look inside your pantry. Canned tuna isn't always as safe as it seems. Canned tuna. Do you check the label? Type 6 if you're switching to light tuna from now on. You might be thinking, it's just fish, how bad can it be? But that's exactly the point. The things that seem harmless, a piece of salmon, a quick sushi lunch, or a can of tuna, can slowly wear down your memory, your blood pressure, your digestion, even your sleep. And once you're over 60, your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. We've talked about fish that look innocent but carry hidden risks: swordfish, bigeye tuna, imported catfish, farmed salmon, tilefish, and even those convenient cans of tuna in oil. Each one comes with its own quiet danger. Not to scare you, but to help you see what could be affecting you in ways you didn't expect. So maybe start with something simple. Read the label. Choose cleaner options. Pay closer attention to how your body responds. And if this helped you even a little, hit that subscribe button and join us here on Healthcase. Every video is built to give you real, down-to-earth senior health tips, because staying healthy after 60 shouldn't be complicated. It just takes the right information, one step at a time. Alright, now that we've cleared out the risky ones, let's shift the focus to what you can eat with confidence. Because it's not just about cutting out the bad, it's about choosing the good, the foods that truly support your heart, your brain, your... Number 7. Wild-caught salmon. If you're over 60 and want better memory, smoother joints, and deeper sleep, this fish should be on your plate at least twice a week. Let's talk about wild-caught salmon. Not the farmed kind we mentioned earlier, but the real thing. From clean waters, rich in natural omega-3s, vitamin D, and lean protein your body can actually use. For older adults, this isn't just a healthy choice, it's a game changer. Wild salmon helps reduce joint inflammation, supports heart function, and keeps your brain sharp. Many seniors notice that after adding it regularly, they feel less stiffness in the morning. They're more focused, their sleep becomes more restful. It's not magic, it's just wild salmon doing what your body needs. According to research from Harvard and the American Heart Association, omega-3s from fatty fish like salmon are linked to a lower risk of heart disease, slower cognitive decline, and even improved mood. And because wild-caught salmon has lower contaminant levels than farmed versions, it's much safer for long-term health. But here's the key. Make sure it's wild-caught, preferably Alaskan. That's the kind that delivers results without the added chemicals or heavy metals. Try baking or grilling it, and aim for 2-3 servings per week. It's simple, affordable, and incredibly effective. If you're looking for one of the most powerful senior health tips backed by nutrition science, this is it. Wild-caught salmon supports the parts of your body that matter most after 60, your heart, your brain, and your bones. If wild salmon sounds like a powerful choice, sardines might just surprise you, with even more benefits packed into a tiny fish. Number 8. Sardines canned in water or olive oil. Tiny fish, big results for stronger bones, a steadier heart, and better mornings. Sardines might not be flashy, but for seniors they're one of the most underrated power foods on the shelf. Packed with omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D, sardines support everything from your joints to your heartbeat to your energy levels. And because they're small, they carry far less mercury than bigger fish. Here's why they matter after 60. Bones get thinner, blood pressure creeps up, inflammation lingers longer. Sardines fight back on all fronts. The edible bones in canned sardines provide a natural source of calcium. The healthy fats reduce inflammation and support heart rhythm. And the protein? Light, easy to digest, and perfect for older stomachs. Studies from heart and aging specialists consistently show that regular consumption of sardines, just 2 to 3 times a week, can help maintain bone density, reduce stroke risk, and improve metabolic health. Best of all, they're affordable and don't require cooking. Just pop the can and go. Add them to toast with a little lemon, toss them into a salad, or eat them straight with a fork. The key is keeping it simple and consistent. As one of the most convenient senior health tips you'll ever follow, this one delivers. Sardines may be small, but for your bones, your heart, and your independence, they're a giant win. Would you be willing to give sardines a real try this week? Just type 8 if they're making it to your shopping list. Number 9. Trout, especially rainbow trout. If heavy meals leave you feeling bloated, this gentle fish might be the fix your body needs. Trout, especially rainbow trout, is one of the easiest fish for older adults to digest. It's lean, flaky, and packed with clean protein and natural omega-3s without being too oily or heavy. For seniors dealing with a sensitive stomach, low energy after meals, or even heart concerns, trout brings relief you can feel. Unlike some richer fish, trout is light on the gut but still nourishing. It supports muscle maintenance, which becomes more important after 60 when natural muscle loss tends to speed up. And the omega-3s help ease inflammation and promote smoother circulation, both crucial for anyone managing high blood pressure or fatigue. The United States Food and Drug Administration lists trout as one of the best low-mercury, high-nutrient fish available. It's also gentle on your kidneys and doesn't overload the digestive system, making it ideal for seniors who can't tolerate heavier proteins. Try baking, grilling, or steaming it with herbs and lemon. Skip the heavy sauces. A soft, warm fillet of trout leaves you feeling light, not sluggish, after lunch or dinner. Here's one of those senior health tips that's easy to follow but makes a real difference. When your stomach feels off, skip the fried foods and go for trout. It's gentle on the gut, gentle on the heart, and gentle on your energy. Trout is great when your body needs something gentle, but if you want brain support in one quick bite, herring might be the answer. Number 10. Herring, canned or fresh. Want a simple way to protect your brain and boost your energy? This overlooked fish can help. Herring doesn't get as much attention as salmon or tuna, but for seniors, it's one of the most valuable foods you can add to your weekly routine. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and vitamin B12, nutrients that directly support memory, energy, and heart health. As you age, fatigue becomes more common. You forget little things more often. Sleep isn't as deep. But herring steps in to help. The healthy fats reduce inflammation in the brain, improve circulation, and help regulate mood. The B12 supports energy and focus. And the best part? It's easy to find and doesn't need cooking. Canned herring, especially when packed in water or olive oil, is convenient, affordable, and safe. It's low in mercury and doesn't lose its nutrients during processing. Just open a can, mix it into a salad, or spread it on whole grain toast with a little lemon. It's quick, it's tasty, and your body will feel the difference. According to aging and nutrition experts, eating oily fish like herring 2 to 3 times a week can reduce the risk of cognitive decline and heart disease by up to 30%. That's not just impressive, it's practical. So here's one more senior health tip to keep close. Stock a few cans of herring in your pantry. It's brain fuel in a can, and a smart way to stay sharp, strong, and steady at any age. So, after hearing about herring, the brain-boosting, energy-lifting little fish, you might be wondering, what else can I actually eat without second-guessing it? That's the good news. We're not here to take everything off your plate. We're here to help you fill it with better choices. Wild-caught salmon gave your heart and joints what they've been needing. Sardines quietly stepped in to strengthen your bones and lower inflammation. And trout? That gentle, easy-to-digest option helped you feel full without feeling weighed down. Each of these isn't just healthy, they're practical, affordable, and perfect for the way your body works after 60. That's the real goal here, not perfection, but progress you can feel. Small shifts that add up to stronger mornings, steadier energy, and a clearer mind. Let's keep going, one good meal at a time. Have you ever tried herring before, or has it always been one of those things you skip? Type 10 if you're open to giving it a real shot this week. How you cook it matters just as much as what you eat. You might be choosing the right fish, but how you cook it could be turning a good choice into a problem without even realizing it. Here's the thing, for older adults, your body handles fat, salt, and even charred food differently than it used to. Frying fish in a pan of oil or ordering it deep-fried at a restaurant might sound tasty, but it also loads your plate with extra fat and sodium that your heart and blood pressure just don't need. Even grilling sounds healthy, but if the skin turns dark or crispy, that burnt layer can irritate your digestion and over time contribute to inflammation. That's especially important if you're already dealing with arthritis, high blood pressure, or sensitive digestion. The better option? Bake your fish with olive oil, herbs, and lemon. Steam it with vegetables. Or pan-sear it gently without heavy breading. These simple cooking swaps can help your body get all the benefits of healthy fish without adding new problems along the way. Think of it this way. Senior health tips aren't just about what you eat, they're also about how you prepare it. Small changes in the kitchen can make a big difference in how you feel after every meal. And remember what we said earlier, sometimes it's not just what you eat, it's how you prepare it. Those small tips, they can be the turning point. Whether it's swapping out canned tuna, choosing wild salmon, or grilling instead of frying, these changes may seem small now, but they can protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and ease your digestion more than you think. The message is simple. After 60, your body changes, and your food should change with it. Avoiding the wrong fish and adding in the right ones isn't about fear, it's about giving yourself the chance to feel better, think clearer, and stay stronger, one meal at a time. So here's your gentle nudge. Drink more water, Get a checkup if something feels off. And most importantly, don't do this alone. Share this video with someone you care about. Click subscribe to follow Healthcase, where we keep bringing you real, practical, senior health tips that truly make a difference. Be here for your next step whenever you're ready.